She came to find her great-grandmother's records. The drawer was already labeled with her name. The basement smelled of iron and old paper, not the pleasant mustiness of used bookshops, something older than that. Something that had been sealed and resealed so many times, the air itself had given up trying to leave. The fluorescent tube overhead buzzed at a frequency just below comfortable. It had been doing that, the archivist upstairs had said, for as long as anyone could remember. Mara set her bag on the single wooden table and looked around. 4 walls of steel filing cabinets, floor to ceiling, gunmetal gray. A drain in the center of the concrete floor, stained rust brown around the rim. One door, which she had come through, which had swung closed on its pneumatic arm the moment she stepped inside. The university had given her 3 hours. The archivist had not smiled when she said it. The index system was alphabetical by surname. Mara worked along the M-row cabinets first. Macready, Mallory, Marchetti, running her fingertip across the tabs, reading each label in the dim light. Her great-grandmother's name had been Elise Vanek, and it had taken Mara 2 years and a university research permit to get this far. She crossed to the V section and began again. Vanderbrook, Vane, Vanthorpe, no Vanek. She checked twice. She checked the overflow drawers at the bottom of the cabinet, the ones without clear labeling, pulling each one open a few inches and angling her phone flashlight inside. Shipping manifests, property surveys, a bundle of negatives wrapped in brown paper, tied with a string gone brittle with age. No Vanek. She straightened up and pressed the heel of her hand against the small of her back. The drain in the floor caught her eye again. She did not know why. She looked away. The M-row cabinets were directly behind her. She had passed them on her way in without reading them carefully, because her great-grandmother's name began with V. She turned back to them now, for no reason she could have articulated, if asked. The second drawer from the top, third cabinet from the left. The label read, Mara Voss, her name, her current name, her married name, which she had taken 4 years ago and which her great-grandmother had never known. Below her name, in the same typed font, an address. Her address, the building she had moved into 8 months ago, the apartment number correct, the city correct, the zip code correct. The drawer was not locked. The drawer was not difficult to open. It slid out on its runners with the smooth, well-maintained ease of something that had been opened and closed many times by hands that knew exactly where to find it. Inside, a series of manila folders, each tabbed with a date. She opened the first, a photograph printed on paper that had yellowed at the edges. It showed a coffee shop she had stopped into last March, a place she had never been before and had not returned to since. The kind of unremarkable Tuesday errand that left no record anywhere. The chair she had sat in was visible in the background. Her coat was draped over it. The handwritten accounts were worse. Conversations she had with her sister in her own kitchen, word for word, including a pause her sister had taken before answering a question about their mother that Mara had never mentioned to anyone. The pauses were noted in parentheses. Long silence here, she knows. The floor plan of her apartment was drawn in pencil on graph paper. Every room, every door, every window, the couch against the north wall, the desk positioned at an angle because the outlet was in the wrong place. A small X marked in the corner of the bedroom she used for storage, the corner where her great-grandmother's photograph sat in a box she had not yet unpacked. All of it date-stamped in red ink, 31 years before she was born. She reached for the final folder without deciding to. The photograph inside showed this room, this exact room, the drain, the buzzing tube, the gunmetal cabinets taken from the corner where she was standing right now. The angle was precise. The framing was precise. She was in the photograph, not looking at the camera, reading a file. The file was open in her hands, and in the photograph its contents were visible. And what was on the page was not something she had seen yet, which meant the file it depicted was the file she had not yet opened, the one still sitting in the drawer, the one her fingers were already reaching for, because she had already decided, because she had always been going to, because whatever had prepared this drawer and filled it and labeled it with her name had known that too, and had written it down 31 years before she was born, and had been waiting in this room, in the smell of iron and old paper ever since. The fluorescent tube buzzed. The drawer was not empty yet.